Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. These are general readings. Remember to use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, there are some changes coming to the Reydiant Nation. How I bring you my content and all of that good stuff is going to be shifting. Don't worry, don't panic. I know many of you hated the fortnightlies. You know, a lot of you said like, oh, you know, I don't really like it. It doesn't work for me or whatever. It was too much to digest. So I've come up with something that I think is going to be, is good enough to give me a work-life balance. And also I think is going to be just as valuable, if not probably more so for all of you, right? Which is ultimately, also really important to me. It's just important that I have a life, and also I need to be able to, really fulfill and dig into my client work, because that's really important to me as well. All right, so for your key to the week this week, you have the Hanged Man. All right, so here, this week in all of these different areas, you have stillness, stasis, waiting, and patience. You're being encouraged to sit still, right? In all of these different areas of life, especially the ones where you are not in control. You'll know what I'm talking about for you personally, because you will feel it. There'll be some area of your life, as soon as I said that, where you're like, yep, I know what that is, right? If you're feeling that, it's not about punishment. This is about the universe trying to bring you what you actually need by showing you that sometimes you just have to wait. Yours is a sign that understands delayed gratification, but it is a very proactive energy. It's usually, Capricorn is like, well, I'll delay gratification, but I'll still keep moving. This is sit your ass still while we get you to where you need to be. The other part of this as well, this is a week for introspection. It's a week for you to really deeply connect to your own spiritual self. All right. And also, it's possible this week that you may see things or people exactly as they are, having, really sort of been in a bit of a bind of seeing, not been in a bit of a bind, but it's almost like the rose tinted glasses are coming off, right? And you're seeing where they've been on. For your actions and options, you've got the Justice card. So this is around contracts, commitments, serious contracts or commitments that are a big part of your life. It looks like a lot of you are seeking to resolve a matter of some sort and potentially putting your name or a signature to something that you are really very invested in. When it comes to your the options that are available to you, this may have a legal or an official slant to it. So keep that in mind. With the Hanged Man as well, you're being urged to really think about what it is that you're going to do or what your next move is. For your communications and conversations, you've got the King of Pentacles. So in some way, shape or form, you show up in your own reading. The King of Pentacles is usually an earth sign person, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. What you are saying and how you are saying it this week is very much above board, right? You're saying what you mean, you're meaning what you say. People are taking you for that and for and for face value. The Hanged Man energy, to add another spin to this, is you need to think long and hard about what or who you want to be connected or committed to. For, when it comes to the work sphere or the academic sphere in general, this is a great week for advancement in a lot of ways, actually. So I love this for that. Now, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, you're committed to really making an impact with the information that you're studying or in your learning environment. That Hanged Man, though, is basically saying to you, get the lay of the land before you start making moves or sort of impacting things moving forward. All right, you got to pay more attention than that. When it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, you've got this Hanged Man coupled with the King of Pentacles. It's possible that two things could happen, right? One of them, there could be if you're just starting work, there could be a delay to the start of your work or your job or your professional situation. If you're already employed by somebody else, else and working. It's possible that there could be a delay in your promotion or your advancement. Now, that's that side of it. On the other side of it is, it's basically just to say, show up and keep doing what you're doing because you are being observed. Even if it doesn't feel like it, even if it feels like there's no movement, there actually is a lot of movement going on behind the scenes. So make good use of your time. And then finally, when it comes to, well, not finally, but when it comes to those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is clientele and business coming to you. You won't have to overextend yourself. You will just have to really, like, it's more a case of like the work, the business, the connections that you want or need are making their way to you. The challenge that you have though, that Hanged Man is basically saying you've got to sit on it. Whatever information or offers, opportunities, etc. come to you this week, wait. Don't just accept straight away. There's going to be a reason for this. And to be honest with you, I can't tell you what that is right now. But there is a reason behind it. And it's because there is yet information that you don't have. So wait. Don't just jump straight in on it. For those of you that are retired and no longer working for any reason, that King of Pentacles is going to be conversations over money, resources, and potentially money and resources that aren't yours. Things that you are having to do on behalf of somebody else. When it comes to your love and relations, you've got the Three of Pentacles. So for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, there are thoughts here about how you can better understand your partner and where they're coming from. You are looking for the common ground between your differing opinions, right? You're looking to bridge the gap. And this is something that a lot of people, like, yes, Capricorn can be a very hard-headed sign. It can, you know, at its very worst, Capricorn can be a tyrant. I'm just going to tell you straight up. But one thing that people really forget about this sign is actually Capricorns can be very diplomatic, right? Because they see things in black and white. And so when right is right, it's right. And when wrong is wrong, it's wrong. Which side of that they fall on is where you find the problems or that sort of ability to act like a tyrant. But it's like this week you're really trying to not even empathize, not sympathize, but you're trying to really think about where your significant other is coming from and where the confusion is about how you see the world in very different ways. For those of you that are single and looking, it's probably going to be in either a professional or an academic sphere this week that you find there is interest. It is the Three of Pentacles. So if you're working on a project with somebody who, you know, you might find that like you have a moment where you're like, oh, actually, I'm kind of attracted to this person and I really wasn't expecting it. So that's one way that this could show up as well. Before we get into your money and materials, if you haven't got your place on the Lunar Lacuna, you can check out the launch video that I put out. There's links for both of those in the description box below. It will tell you more than I can here, but we're basically traveling the zodiac over the next 12 months whilst observing the cycles and the patterns of the moon. So this is moon magic, moon manifesting. But aside from all of that, you're going to be getting the energy work component. You can pay monthly or annually. It's completely up to you. We've already got a really good bunch and I'm really excited about this. So if you are interested in all of that good stuff, this is something for you to sign up to. All right. For your money and materials, you have the King of Wands, right? So what do we see? Two kings. Two kings represents minor council, which means you could be working with, communicating with, or interacting with somebody who acts as an advisor of some sort that really helps you with your money. Now, you've got this with the Hanged Man. I am going to say, this is not the week. You will have weeks to talk openly about what your plans are. This is not one of them. Whatever you're working on, keep it under wraps until it's fully ready, until you are actually ready to bring it out into the world. What I love most about this though is because of your accomplishments, there could be some kind of financial reward and or blessing, but the Hanged Man suggests that it's held up. So there's a hold up with money here somewhere. There's a delay of some kind that is showing up around money and resources. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your head, like this whole general area. Watch out for things like head colds this week, you know, congestion, runny nose, you know, watering eyes, all of that stuff. It could be as simple as hay fever, but because it's the Hanged Man, I'm going to say it's probably likely to show up as like a head cold or something along those lines, or maybe even some form of inflammation. I can't tell you what that's for. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. I can't give you medical advice. That's not a diagnosis. With that, when it comes to your home and environment, there are fast developments coming around a home situation this week. And I think this is one of the reasons that you're being encouraged just to let the chips fall where they may. All right. And that really is the underlying message throughout all of this week. Let the chips fall and then make your decisions. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Look after yourselves. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.